And welcome everyone to the Riverside County Board Brief as we give you a brief look at what took place during today's Riverside County Board of Supervisors meeting. My name is Pep Fernandez, and joining us here at the top of this episode is Tanya Torno from Housing and Workforce Solutions. And Tanya, as well as the director, Heidi Marshall, going in front of the board today to give the results of the point in time count. So first off, Tanya, before we talk about the results, for folks watching this, they might say, what is the point in time count? Can you just give them a quick description of what that exactly is?
Absolutely. The homeless point in time count is a day every year in January where we go out and count the number of people who are experiencing homelessness in our community. We use this data to help us plan and coordinate efforts locally in a way that allows us to use the information we're collecting to determine what types of investments, specifically projects, we should be launching to help more people.
Okay, so with that said, let's go back to the point in time count. On that day, how many folks did you count out there?
This year we counted 3,725 individuals.
Okay.
And these are individuals who are both living on the streets, but also many of which are staying in our shelters across the county. And the information is critical. What we learned this year is that we had a 12% increase in comparison to 2022, where we had a 15% increase. And what this information tells us is that we are actually seeing a decrease in the rate at which homelessness is growing.
Okay, so that was specific to the point in time count on that day, but there's a lot of folks across the county that you guys are serving overall. Is that correct as well?
It is correct, and I think in many ways that speaks to why we're seeing a decline in our growth rate. Through our homeless continuum of care, we serve over 14,000 people. These are people that are assisted through homelessness prevention programs, who are engaged by street outreach teams, who are driving around in our community, stopping by when they encounter someone who is on the streets and offer them services. They help connect them to shelter services, and then they're also helping these individuals connect to more permanent housing options. I think another piece of information that has really stood out for us is that we're doing more. Not only is this the number of people who we see access our system of care 5 times larger than what we see in the point in time count, but we've already assisted 625 more people, connecting these people to permanent housing in comparison to last year. So we're doing more, and we're doing more as a result of the support that we have from the County Board of Supervisors, who day to day are approving additional investments to this cause.
That's really great, Tanya. And finally, just where do we go from here? You did the point in time count. Now we have the results. What's next?
We are always looking at expanding our efforts, and to do that, we are excited about launching 4 new initiatives. Valor 2.0, which is going to allow us to address veteran homelessness. We hope to once again reach functional zero for veteran homelessness. We did that in 2016, and we're working very closely with the VA and other veteran providers to be able to do that. Secondly, we've strengthened our partnership with the Department of Public Social Services and County Behavioral Health to address homelessness for seniors and families who, as they are identified on the streets today, are being fast-tracked to housing vouchers. And then lastly, one of the things that I'm most excited about is that we are expanding our services so that we have teams that are available to connect people to housing after hours and on the weekends, because we recognize that someone's housing crisis, right, isn't limited to an 8 to 5 schedule.
Yeah, very good. Well, Tanya, we really appreciate the time, and it's good to see you and Heidi at the board meeting today. That's Tanya Torno from Housing and Workforce Solutions, Deputy Director. Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you.
All right, so let's move on to one of the only presentation we had during the Board of Supervisors meeting today. That was for county workers with 25 years or more of service. Take a look at that video as well. Michael Bauer's back from the Human Resources Department to recognize these folks. And again, 25 years or more, it's unbelievable. Veronica Santillion from the EO's department. And we also had Lily Villalobos from DCSS, that's the Department of Children Social Services. We had from Facilities, Arlene Campbell and Jose Romero. And that right there from the Parks Department, Vicky Armentrout 40 years with Riverside County. The Director of Parks, Kyla Brown, was also here to speak glowingly about one of her workers. Again, Vicki Armentrout, 40 years with the County of Riverside.
And Vicki loves attention, so I'm going to give it to her. Vicki did start at a very young age in parks as a park attendant, worked her way up through the Park Ranger series, and now is an area manager leading our East Side parks. And, you know, she has just a positive outlook. When you ask her if she's ready to retire, she says, heck no, I'm having way too much fun, so we'll keep her as long as she wants to stay. And, you know, she takes the time every week to send out a motivational message, an inspirational message to all of her peers in parks. So thank you, Vicki, for your continued years of service.
Congratulations to Vicki. Now, today is National Fentanyl Awareness Day, and we just want to give a quick shout out and to shine the spotlight on some of our county friends here as we take a look at some video, actually a picture first of several members of our public information team with the County of Riverside as they collected not one, not two, but 3 California Association of Public Information Officer Awards for their Faces of Fentanyl campaign, which included a couple PSAs in English and Spanish, and that's a little bit of video from the PSA as well. Towards the end of the board meeting today, our County Executive Officer, Jeff Van Wagenen, talking more about the awards that the County of Riverside collected, but also the importance of this campaign.
Also something that's related to our ad hoc work around fentanyl awareness and combating the fentanyl crisis. Last week, the Riverside County team that built our Faces of Fentanyl campaign received 3 awards from the California Association of Public Information Officers. So we received 3 CAPIO awards, so we did put in for that. And as exciting as it is to win those EPIC awards, we got another bit of notification on Thursday night last week that we were nominated for an Emmy for our Faces of Fentanyl campaign. And so the team will be attending that ceremony, which is in June, and hopefully we'll be bringing home some more hardware on that. And the reality is it's nice to be recognized for the campaign. It's nice to be recognized for the creative work, and it is a very good message, but we can't ever ignore the fact that it is a crisis in our community and that we're working multidisciplinary across multiple departments and with multiple partners to really try and end this epidemic of fentanyl poisoning.
And finally here, today on May 9th, the County of Riverside celebrating 130 years. All the way back in 1893, the County of Riverside celebrated its start, and Supervisor Karen Spiegel was in the birthday spirit, even brought some birthday hats for the supervisors.
I do want to talk about the history of Riverside County, and we all have our hats. And we think the chair should lead in singing happy birthday to the county. We're 130 years today.
All right.
He can't even smile. Wait a minute, I brought my own.
I haven't put these on in years. Wait, how do you do this? Are we going to put it on? No? I thought we were going to really sing. No? Okay.
We're going to sing happy birthday. Anyway, today is the 130th birthday for Riverside County.
So a little bit of fun and for good reason. Happy birthday to the County of Riverside, 130 years old. My name is Pep Fernandez, and that's going to do it for this edition of the Riverside County Board Brief.